All right, welcome to the Black Pony Amateur League. We have a matchup for you today between FaTaL and Squid. This is BP Reload here with BP Swagger. This is going to be a good one. Squid, one of the teams that's kind of been up and down in our league, won some big games, lost a few that I know they want back. FaTaL, haven't seen a whole lot from them. I believe they've only played once or twice, but we're looking forward to seeing more from them. We're going to go ahead and start this off with a Breach hard.
Yeah, I'm excited to see FaTaL. I think I've only actually casted them one time, and they were impressive. Squid's on the rise, though. Squid's been really impressive in the last few games I've seen them, so this should be a good one. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so Ban Protects are starting with an M8 Protect on the side of Squid.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm sure you're happy to see that.
That's the way I want to start this off. Oh, and an M8 Protect to counter, okay. M8's, kind of a clutch weapon on Breach. I would say this is one of the hardpoint maps. It definitely favors your SMG players a little bit more. I use an M8 in like 90% of my games, but this is one of the few maps where if it's not working for me early on, I'll change over to a different AR. So definitely want to have a sub presence if you can on this map, and maybe even a few backup AR ideas just in case.
Gravity Spike ban is just a dagger to me, unfortunately.
Been seeing that a lot.
Yeah, it's become somewhat common in our league. So
they don't want to get gravity spiked. They're afraid we'll have them on stream. That's what it is. They know we'll be following the grav spike, and they don't want to get spiked on the stream.
Yeah, and I really believe I actually think the grav spike's pretty strong on this map. There's at least 3 hills I can think of in this one where the grav spike is pretty significant. We have a Heat Wave, Kinetic, and Scythe. No surprise on any of those. Actually, you know what? I take that back. The Scythe is a little bit surprising, considering that we usually see Purifiers and occasionally War Machines. So maybe they're starting to listen to you.
On command.
There's Purifier.
On command, the Purifier.
Well, you've always been really kind of critical of the Purifier. Well, not as much as you have been the War Machine. So maybe they're listening to you, Swagger. Maybe they're deciding to actually pay attention to your words of wisdom.
The one that's a little interesting here, I don't know if you saw, this guy picked Overdrive and Vision Pulse. Those are some interesting. So there's no weapon on the side of FaTaL.
All
which is an
abilities.
Interesting way to go about it.
I don't hate Vision Pulse. I understand it. You know what? I'm actually going to give a little bit of credit to Kami Kanoko. I kind of like Overkill on Hardpoint on this map because it's such a long rotation to some of the hills that if you can pop an overdrive and get there first, it can be kind of clutch. I'd still use a gun over it. Don't get me wrong, but I do see the appeal of overdrive in a hardpoint.
How about, you led me right into this perfectly. How about if you just control the spawns? You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I suppose that's also true.
I'll tell you, Kenya and I played a game with a guy using overdrive and hardpoint the other day, and he was using overdrive and a shotgun. And I don't really know if I would call it effective, but I would definitely call it unique and annoying for the team. The guy was on our team who was doing that. And so it was definitely unique and definitely very annoying for the team we were playing against. So, maybe that's. I'm interested to see what gun he uses and if he's going to do something like that, how it plays out, and if it's something that can be effective. That's where I'm guessing he's going to go with overdrive. He's going to have something like a Brecci or an Argus, and maybe pop that overdrive, run around the hill like a crazy person, and fire off shots. That's what the guy we were playing with was doing, and he wasn't messing around. He was doing it, kind of effectively, I would have to say. So I'm really curious to see if that's where this overdrive is going. If it's not going there, I'm just not sure. You could have used kinetic, I think, if you're going to use an ability and gotten better, usage out of that. I don't know. I don't know. You almost could have got better usage out of a glitch.
Yeah, a glitch is. I wouldn't use a glitch. I think that one of the better ones is probably kinetic if you're going to use an ability. I just don't see it. I don't see how overdrive's going to be a real game changer, you know. I think there really probably should have been at least one gun, you know, on the side of FaTaL, but it'll be interesting, that's for sure. I like the setup Squid's running, looking at it. You know, I think I might have taken a Heat Wave over Kinetic, but it's a wash on those. That's purely personal preference.
Yeah, I'd probably rather have a Kinetic in hardpoint. As far as in general, I'm going with the Heat Wave. But yeah, right. I'm interested. We got to start off with this overdrive guy. We got to see what he's doing.
I believe that is Tank. Was it Tank with overdrive? As soon as we load in here, we will.
It's Cammy. Cammy Kanoko has overdrive.
Okay. All right. On the side of FaTaL, we have a Weevil, a Kuda, a VMP, and a VMP. On the side of Squid, we have M8, VMP, VMP, and somebody who currently has an RK5 out. So yeah, 4 subs on the side of FaTaL, at least 2 subs on the side of Squid. Paulino is the sole AR player there. Metallic doing good work in the hill so far.
Hot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good.
Oh, long-range RK5 shots. Metallic finally goes down. I always respect a guy trying to hit some long-range RK5s. But all right, FaTaL's in the hill now, seeing if they can get some time. Let's take a look at rotations and see if anybody picks them up. It looks like Whopper Mage is on his way to try and do that right now.
Yeah, and you know, Fancy Pup jumping out kind of to an early slaying spree here. We are now following him and his VMP. He's pushing towards cages. It looks like FaTaL already has the hill. They won the rotation there, so good job to them. They're gonna make up a decent amount at this time.
Yeah, and they're gonna do it by holding spawns. I know, I say that every time, but that's really why they're gonna do it right now. I mean, they're holding the spawns. They're playing towards this back part of the map. And they're going to just soak up some time because this is one of those hills where if you get the other team spawning out, you can really make a difference. And as soon as they lose them, look what happens. They spawn out by glass. It's so crucial on this map to hold those spawns.
Yeah, absolutely. We were trying to talk a little while ago about how you balance out, you know, the most important things in hardpoints. And I think where I ended up is I said, you know, I think hardpoints are about 50% gun skill, 30% spawns, and 20% rotations. And I really believe that. You know, I think that you can be the worst team if you win spawns and you win rotations. You're going to win the hard point, or you're going to at least put up a very close game to teams that have the better gun skills. Now, if you have better gun skills, you see, you know, we have some teams in this league that rotate very late. They don't always win rotations, but they come in and break hard points like it's their job, and they also win. So if you can just outgun them, you know, that's a whole different thing. We are on with
Squid
Whopper.
Win this hard point by rotating very well. They did a good job of rotating early. They took this hard point right away. They're holding a lot of time right now. Whopper's on a 3 streak. He's got 40. Almost killed his teammate. He thought about it. He held off. I would have liked to see him follow through with that kill, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. Still about a 45-second advantage for Squid, so they're still looking. They're in pretty good shape here. They're gonna.
Yeah, but FaTaL's not in position to rotate.
Yeah,
now
FaTaL
is. They're starting to now. They're on their way. They're on their way, but they were a little
pushing
late.
scrap time with 5 seconds left is not worth it. You know that they're gonna lose positioning because of that move there. I don't know about that. I don't think that was very.
On the map. They had a couple guys over near AC, and they just weren't in the best position on that map. I wonder if they might have done something that I'm embarrassed to admit I've done before as well. And a couple guys forgot what hardpoint was up and where it was going to rotate because I was watching their POV, and it looked like they were moving to prepare for control room hardpoint. And then all of a sudden it looked like they got surprised. I'm just guessing, but
I've done that before too.
I'd be lying if I said it hasn't happened at least once.
I'd be lying if I said that sometimes I don't look up and realize there's only 8 seconds left and I've been pushing towards the hill that whole time and I say, oh crap. I've done that before too. You know, it's a mental error, but everyone does it.
Here's the thing right now. It's just like you were saying. FaTaL's got 4 guys pushing towards the hard point, but it's not worth pushing there right now. Squid just gave it to him, and now Squid is set up in the control room hard point, which is a tough one to hold. But if you can get on these rotations and get early time, I think that's the most important part of this control room hard point is the first maybe 25 seconds.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's one where you kind of expect that you're going to lose it a little bit. No one really holds control room for an entire hill.
It can
But
be tough, yeah.
it's one of those. I think the best way to play control room is actually to push it forward. I would put somebody on, that top hut, and I might even put another person up close to the, that back AC unit. And I actually think the best way to play this is to try and, cut down players before they ever get close to the hard point rather than trying to battle inside the hard point. But either way, it's a tough
we know
one.
from our team, that's exactly what we do. I mean, we stick me right up on that AC unit, and I can try and kill the guys as they're moving across the map.
And then we'll let Kenya push up, and I usually sit in the hard point in case anybody comes around on side flanks. Which is, I think we do this one fairly well, but there's more than one way that you could approach it.
Oh, definitely.
As we move past the first set of hill rotations, Squid up to about a 50-point advantage, so early lead definitely to Squid, but FaTaL's still in this. I usually tell people
team
anything.
Kill. There we go.
I usually say anything under 100 is recoverable. After 100, you start getting a little worried.
Especially with the cages hardpoint coming up next, if you can kind of keep it, at about the level that it's at now, if you rotate early to cages, which, FaTaL hasn't been able to do yet, but if they can, you can hold the entire cages hardpoint with good spawns and good rotations. So
I think the only hill...
trying to watch...
The only hill
They're doing it very early.
The only hill more crucial than cages on this is bunker on stronghold. That's about it. That's the only one that
Cammy,
you can...
where are you going? Yeah, get back in there. Get back in there, Cammy.
Well, all right. They're still pushing this. 3 seconds left, and they're challenging the hill. You don't need to do that yet. You're not so far behind that you can't afford scrap time. FaTaL, that's going to bite him. That's going to bite him.
Cammy went over to the cages hardpoint very early, and I supported it because they needed that so badly. And then he left it. I thought he was going to try and hold it, and he left it. And when he came back in, Squid had repositioned, and they had 2 guys ready to push on him and establish early rotation. And I think he had the right idea by going over there early, and I think what happened is because he did that, now Squid has spawned them out, and it's just going to soak up some time in cages. This game could be, pretty much over just because of that little, kind of miscue right there.
Yeah, and once you get cages locked down, I mean, it looks to me like Squid's going to get the majority of this time. They're going to be going out with, about 20 seconds to ball game.
Cerberus he could use.
Well, if he needs to drop it right away. He's fully streaked out. He needs to use all his streaks right now, including that scythe, because they can't. They can end this right now. I mean, they can shut it down. This is going to be ball game with that scythe coming out.
Yeah, you would think he's going to pop it. He's got his Cerberus guarding Palace ramp. He's going to do the work over here near couches. He might drop his Hellstorm just to kind of make sure, they're not coming from broken side. Here comes the Scythe, and he's going to pop top AC. It's a good move. Yeah, now I would actually push mid-hut now. You know where they're spawning. You might as well push to mid-hut and just clean them up.
Oh, he's going to get kind of the hip-fire Cerberus kill there. We are on the side of Fancy Pup, and this is over. Yeah. Wow, Squid coming out hot. We started off this league with a lot of really close hardpoints, and these are the same teams that we saw. It's not like these are newcomers to the league, but you see some teams have really, really improved their rotations, and I'm going to give Squid credit here. They have improved so well on how they rotate together, when they rotate, holding spawns. You can see they definitely put in some time there getting that right. Take a look at Fancy Pup with the 28 and 18. Additionally, don't forget Metalifreak here with almost 3 minutes of hill time.
Yeah,
that's pretty strong.
20 and 9 from Paulino. Single-digit deaths in hardpoint is pretty tough to do.
There's no doubt. So 3 MVP candidates there. I think you could make an argument for any of them. It ended kind of quick. I don't think I got enough real POV time to see any huge plays, but I'm gonna go with Paulino for his Cerberus that really shut down the end of that map there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably go with Fancy Pup only because of the amount of engagements that he had. I think that was kind of a big part of what he was trying to do. Paulinho, I think, was your man getting some spawn sting, and there's nothing wrong with that, as you know. But he was staying towards the back. Fancy Pup was kind of more towards the front and in a lot of engagements, and he also tried to play a game with me the other night, and I big leagued him, so I feel bad, and I'll give him the MVP.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to bear with us there on the stream for a little bit. If those of you who've downloaded the new update, one of the things that you're going to notice is that the CWL rule game maps are actually all gone now, so you have to adjust your game to fit the CWL rules that you want. So a little unfortunate there, but we will try to go through this as much as we can. We're going to be moving on to an infection S&D. Let's talk a little bit about infection. And Swagger, what are you going to be looking for a strong infection map?
Well, I say this a lot about infection and maybe just about S&D in general, but S&D maps, your team strength should dictate how you play them. So if you know your team strength is your AR work, which is something that we kind of know about our team,
Mm-hmm.
then you're going to play a lot of B Street. You're going to go top rock, you're going to peek back rock, you're going to try to push into that B bomb site, through the back entrance over there near the outside, near those rocks. You get a lot of long lines of sights. If you can control top rock, which is something that I like to do, it's easy for you to cover your flank. You can post one guy up kind of at mid rock and he can watch the back. It's a very easy spot to hold if you're confident with your AR work. If you're more of a sub type of team, you can fly towards the middle as long as you've got somebody maybe just watching your backs, make sure there's no one top church or top granny. But if you're a sub team, you go towards the middle, you use fountain as cover, you push in through the front of the B house, and you try and use the bomb as cover, similar to the type of things you see, Scum from Optic do at the pro level. Use that B bomb site for cover, hide behind corners, take out those AR players as they try to counter you on the B site. Or if you spawn over near the church and you like your subs, you can go into barn, hide behind the corners there, use the windows as cover, and try to plant at the A site. It's a little bit riskier when you've got teams pushing through broken, but you definitely can do it. But I think you should play this map according to what the strengths of your team are. And what I would love to see is a team kind of play around a really good sniper. That's one thing we haven't seen much of yet in this league. So I would love to see someone bust out a sniper. I think FaTaL can do it, right? Haven't we seen him do it before?
Yeah, we have seen FaTaL Freak with a sniper. Paulino has also sniped before. But that brings up a good point. We've kind of seen a little bit of overkill classes going through. I think this is one where you absolutely cannot let overkill
Ban
get in.
overkill, guys. Yes,
Um,
absolutely right.
yeah, I mean that's one that you kind of have to get out of there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. Because if you're playing against a sniper and he's got a long line of sight on you, you've got to push him. You can't just stay distance from him and let him try and take snipe shots at you. You've got to push forward on him. And there's nothing more frustrating than playing against a sniper, putting a couple bullets in him, pushing forward, making every decision right, and then he whips out a Vesper as his secondary and just shreds you right when you get up on him. That's the worst. And you can't let snipers have that type of security to where they feel like they can just sit back and do anything they want because they'll bust out their Vesper or their VMP and kill you short range. You've got to take that away from them. So ban overkill, guys. Ban it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. The overkill has to go. And then also, one of the important things I think on this is how you set up your gun classes. I usually like a 2-2 setup here or a 3-1. I've seen people do 4-0. I don't think I've ever seen a 4-0 sub, but I've seen a 4-0 sniper class before, which can really mess with people. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think 2-2 is probably the way to go, or 3-1.
probably. I'm probably with you on that. Squid has a tendency to kind of, be more AR heavy, or at least from the games I've seen, that some of the things they've done. So, um, honestly, I would say I haven't seen a ton of FaTaL, but I would think Squid would be pretty strong on Infection S&D. So,
Yeah, so I believe we've got everything set up here. Um, let's see if we can go ahead and get this started. Let's see. We gotta do the. We're gonna do open team assignment. Let them pick their own teams there, and then we should be good to go. I'm getting messages that CWL game type is back, but I'm kind of afraid to try it because I don't want to lose my game rules.
Well, you're gonna have to change the map anyway, so.
That's true. All right, let's go to infection and see what happens. No, I think we still are on regular
I was seeing
time
some
here.
of the Twitch guys complaining about this today, and that the variants aren't there anymore.
Well, I think we've got it all. Let me double check real quick. I
Sure,
apologize again for the delay. Score
it's a
streaks are
pain in
good.
It's not your fault.
I
It's not
believe
your
the
fault. There's
yeah well somebody was tweeting about it earlier. Actually, I want to say it was Vanderhaar. Vanderhaar was talking about it. I guess they were trying to fix something, but we're
Make
gonna
sure
go
you get the
ahead.
rounds to win in there. Hold on before you go. Make sure you get the rounds to win at 6. That's a tricky one.
Good point. Let's go to rounds to win 6. 2-minute time limit. Somebody double check us in the chat here. 2-minute time limit. I think it's 2 minutes. Let's see. I believe it's 2 minutes. Let's see here. All right.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
All right, we're gonna go stick with the 2-minute time limit. 6 rounds to win. Bomb timer 45 seconds. Plant time, I believe, is 5 seconds or 4.5.
5.
And diffuse time is 7.5. Correct.
Correct.
All right, switching sides on every round. Silent plant is disabled. Dog tags are disabled. 1 life per player. And let's see, kill cam enabled. Score streak delay is 15. Explosive delay is 10. Vehicles on map are disabled. Hardcore is disabled.
That would be great.
I would love to see vehicles on map. That would be excellent if we could do that. Okay. We have enabled friendly fire because we want to make sure that team kills are in effect. And I think everything else is good to go. So we are going to go ahead and get started here. To a note to all of our teams that are listening on the stream, please do not use anything that is not okay in CWL if we missed it. So let's go ahead and get started on our Infection S&D custom CWL as we will move into...
That's a pain in the butt.
It really
Bad
is.
job,
I hope they fixed it.
Bad job.
Yeah. I really hope they fix it. But we will see here. All right, first protect, no surprise. M8 will be protected on the side of Squid. This is going to end up being one of your favorite teams, Swagger. They always
I like Squid.
leave an M8 in.
I like Squid for many reasons. One of them is that Fancy Pup keeps trying to play with me. But other than that, I also like the way they play for real.
Shiva ban right after an M8 protect. Interesting there. Let's see. You think... I'm going to go ahead and say they don't listen to us because... Let's be honest here, our call. But I'm going to say that Overkill makes it through.
Yeah, probably. I think it's one of those small things that you don't always remember unless unless you've fought against enough snipers to get frustrated enough by them shredding you. But also, the thing is, I think people are starting to use a sniper less and less.
Yeah.
Because I think people finally realized, back a few months ago when everyone was hitting, celeb shots with it, you saw snipers every multiple people, but now it's starting to kind of die down. I think people have gotten a little more realistic about snipers and the fact that, giving up on these high wall runs, Nagafin garbage that they all think they can hit, and I think people got a little, I don't blame them for trying, I think they got a little more realistic about what they can and can't do.
I think people realize there's not a lot of shots you hit with a sniper that you don't hit with an M8. Is it a one shot? Well, obviously not. Are you going to put a great sniper shot down on someone? Absolutely. But, if you look at all the sniper holes here, if you look at top granny, top church, top rock, the head glitch at Snow Street, back tank on the granny side, all of these, they're effective sniper holes, but they're also extremely effective with M8s. It's not like, back ledge on Hunted where an M8 is too far to do anything. You can still
Yeah, I think
use
some of it
M8s
is
and be just as effective, I think.
I think some of it is the crazy wall runs and stuff to start the map where you can get up really high and have line of sights. Like one that comes to mind here is when you can use the tank to pop up and basically see all the way down B Street. That was something that was
Yeah.
common, and you see a lot of pros do it. And the pros are pros for a reason, and they hit 6 shots like that. But it becomes too hard for the everyday player to do that over and over. You end up just having someone come around the side of rock there, and you just get first blooded, and you're just standing on tank trying to boost jump with afterburner and trying to hit a crazy snipe, and you wonder how you die.
Yeah. Yeah. Those high wall, they'll
Specialist,
get you.
FaTaL didn't take active,
Yeah, there's no active camo.
which I think is surprising in S&D.
I don't.
They
I
took
don't hate it.
Kinetic.
I don't hate it. I think Kinetic and Heatwave. I actually debatable. I was going to say Kinetic and Heatwave were better, but yeah, I mean, once you factor in the time it takes to charge up, then probably the clear answer there is active again because you can get 2 actives in a game.
Yeah, maybe if you're really doing things. I mean, Kinetic, I'll talk about Kinetic and how good it is in all the Respawn games because I believe that. In S&D, though, I don't know that Kinetic is an ability that I think you need. I get why people use it, so I won't criticize them for it, but I think the abilities you need in S&D are Heatwave and Camo. You have to have them. Then
Yeah,
after that, if you want to use Psychosis instead of Kinetic, then I get it. Maybe
Vision
Vision
Pulse,
Pulse, although
maybe.
Vision
Yeah,
Pulse takes a long time to get as well. So I guess
there's
it's
nothing better
negligible
than
at
a
that point.
1v1 Vision Pulse though. I've used it a few times. Heck, I even use Rejack every now and then. Pop and end the round using your Vision Pulse. It's so clutch. So clutch.
Almost as clutch as a glitch.
Yeah. All
Glitch
right,
is,
we are going to
glitch is the
be
best. No conversation.
loading in. We have a little shorter timer here. That's the one we missed. I knew we were going to miss one. There's usually a 30-second load in. We are at 15, so hopefully everyone spawns in time. And they did. All right. Cammy using a shotgun dingo combo, which
He's
is
using a thermal dingo. Hold on, we got to start with this guy. I mean, that's what. I'm sorry, but if you could use a thermal dingo, that's what someone should do to you. Get shots by Paulinho.
We are on with Whopper Mage. I think we've seen sniping from 3 different Squid players at some point. Because I'm thinking now, we've seen Whopper Mage snipe before as well. 3 fall early on the side of FaTaL. We're moving over to Tank. We're going to watch him on the 1v1. And he goes down as well. First,
Tank is down.
Yeah, first round there is going to go to Squid.
It was the thermal dingo. You can't have a teammate using a thermal dingo without throwing the rest of you off. I like the creativity though.
The thermal dingo is underrated. Swag.
I hope he's got some smokes out for it. I mean, if you're gonna do this, you might as well commit. Oh, he's got it out again.
All right, we respect it. We respect. Now we have to point out that he has a shotgun as well. He's running a double class here, so he's not only using the thermal dingo.
Freak's not sniping. I'm a little disappointed.
Well, I think Whopper Mage was their sniper last game, so we'll see whether he continued or whether he put it away. We've seen them alternate. Any one of them can snipe. I think
looks like FaTaL's over by the A site right now. Paulinho got just a double kill from the front of the B bomb. Trying to watch and see if Cammy's got his thermal out. Oh, he just barely missed seeing Whopper Mage.
Oh, Tank's about to get one. There he goes. Tank just blew off Paulino's head there over at the B bomb site, but they're going to know where he is now. So it is a 1v3 for Tank. He's got a hero up right now. Well, what he really needs to do is ninja
Yeah, this
defuse.
is,
That's what he needs to do is ninja defuse.
tough
No!
battle, you know?
Oh, don't try and kill him.
Ooh,
Ninja
yeah.
defuse it. He had it. They didn't know he was there. He was up along the wall.
I think he would have been spotted, though. I think the guy he ended up killing with the RK5 would have just walked in the door and seen him. You know what I mean?
3v1, though. I mean, if you're there's no one on the bomb site. No one can really see you right away. I'm dropping down on a ninja defuse right away because I think that is your
Honestly,
best
that's
odds.
probably the best thing to do. I think you're probably right.
I'd say
on
half
that.
the time you pull that off.
Right now we've got Squid versus Tank. Although Metallifreak hasn't, he's not really in the game yet. So we've got 3 people on Squid, and Tank has all the kills for FaTaL. So he's also running the bomb. He's literally trying to do it all right now. Oh, nice nade from Fancy Pup. I like that. First blood on with a nade.
No flak on the side of FaTaL. Looks like 2
That's
fall
a
for
mistake.
FaTaL. 1 quickly traded out for Squid. So
Walker
Metallifreak
just putting out
falls.
shots
And
with the PO6.
Tank finds himself in a familiar situation. 3v1.
Well,
We'll
he's
see.
gonna get the
He's
bomb
going to
down,
get it
though,
down.
but I
Yep.
think
They're going to know where he
Fancy Pup's
is.
gonna be on him here in a second.
We'll see how he can
He
play this.
rotated away.
He's
Ooh.
going to see one.
Might be able to. Yeah, Pauline
Oh!
hit there. Oh!
Oh, Tank! They're going to defuse you. Get back.
But they're diffusing. They're
Oh, it's done.
diffusing. Yeah.
It's done.
It's not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it. Nice snipe though.
I
At
mean,
least
the
you got to see
snipe.
that.
The snipe was vicious. That was vicious, but unfortunately, it won't end up mattering as Squid is going to get the defuse on him. You know, I don't hate what he did there. He might have realized they were defusing, didn't want to play his life, stay close to a streak, maybe.
Here's what needs to happen. FaTaL needs to hit mid.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. And I think they need
Starts
to
off with
stop.
a combat axe from Integrity.
They need to be
I mean,
a little
maybe
less
you should
aggressive
stop
on
chucking
some
the
of these
combat
pushes.
axes.
I think they need to
Or
play
they're
a
pushing ahead
little
like that.
slower.
Squid is just gonna 4-hit B, which I don't blame him for. It's been working for him every round, so they're gonna throw the bomb down right away. But who's this number 1 here? Cammy's gonna have a chance to make a play. He's kind of snuck in behind a couple guys. Oh, he couldn't hit the VMP shots. He had a chance. He had a chance to make a play there. He really did.
3v4
Right
for favoring Squid here. We'll take a look. He's going to come up on a Squid player at top rock. Misses the. I mean, they've got to make a shot right now. And Tank is going to fall. So 4-0 Squid. FaTaL needs to change something up right now. I don't know. I can't decide if they need to be less aggressive or more, but they need to change something.
I think they need to play a different part of the map. You know, when Squid's playing the bomb, there's not much they can do about it. So Squid took the bomb, B Street planted it, and they can't really stop that. But I think FaTaL, you know, on this round, when they're running the bomb, they need to play mid or they need to play A. They can't go down B Street. Squid's already showed that they kind of own the B Street. So what are they going to do? Go right down B Street. You got to go back to Cammy. He's got the thermal dingo out again.
Well, we will give the
I
thermal
just want to see him
dingo
get
its
some kills. It's also suppressed.
thermal suppressed
No,
dingo.
just hold it down. Keep firing. Keep firing. You're using the dingo, man. You're using it for a reason. Don't stop firing. There you go.
Gets
That's what I'm
one.
talking about. On the board. Here comes the issue. He's got to reload it. Oh, take out the
You don't
shotgun.
bother.
There we
You
go.
don't bother reloading the dingo. You switch guns and you just move on with the shotgun. We are moving over. Let's take a look at Fancy Pup here. He's 6-2. Hasn't gotten a whole lot of POV time. We're going to switch over to him. He cleans up Bulldog over by the bomb. Bomb is down
the
over
bomb
on the
down.
end of Snow Street here.
Can't have your
Not
thermal
good.
dingo guy running the bomb. Always a mistake.
Yeah, not good if you are FaTaL right now.
Yes, he's
And
alive by himself. Tank.
Again, Tank finds himself in a lone wolf situation. I think every game he's been the last kill for them, so that's, you know, at least he's trying to hold his own. He's trying to keep his
He's
team
playing
alive
well.
right now.
He's playing well. He's hit some good snipes. He's.
Oh, yeah.
I've been impressed by him. Oh, I thought he had
Oh.
that. I thought he was going to hit that.
He did get one of them. He's
All
got to
right,
get the
man.
bomb. Well, no,
There
he
you go.
could just go for the kill.
No, he doesn't. Fancy Pup, I think, is going to... we almost came up behind him. Fancy Pup's confused. He doesn't know where. Now he's going to come up behind him. Yeah, this is going
Yeah,
to be over.
this is going to be it. Unless he can make a
Nope,
hero
he didn't get him.
play.
He didn't get him.
And they are going
Yeah.
to clean it up there. I thought he had it, actually. I thought Fancy Pup may not check that corner when he saw him coming around. We'll see whether he...
There was a little bit of timing. I was watching the mini map, and you know, the Fancy Pup was gonna cut behind him. Then he just decided to change direction, and because he decided to do that, he ended up being able to see this guy run through the middle of the map. It was a little bit of bad luck there, but you know, those are the things that happen when you're kind of under pressure. I really want to start with the Thermal Dingo again. We gotta. This guy needs to get.
We've
some
seen
love.
a thermal dingo kill. I don't know how much more we can.
Are you kidding? Yeah,
We'll
we can
give
see
it
a lot more.
We'll give it a chance. He doesn't even have it out.
Bust
He's
out
using
the
the shotgun.
smokes, man. Oh, perfect.
Oh,
So, yeah,
man.
we can see
Shotgun
Look at
kills.
that. Dead.
Shotgun
There you go.
kills. Psychosis is out. Psychosis
Where's your
is
smoke?
out.
Where's your smoke, man?
Yeah, the only reason I can ever justify using a thermal and an LMG is if you're also running smoke. Of course, he will fall
Smoke out
there.
the B site, bust out the Thermal Dingo, and just
The
don't
thermal
take your
dingo
hand
has
off
been
the trigger.
FaTaL's second best weapon right now, next to Tank by
Definitely.
himself.
Tank just fell from an HC. He wasn't running flak. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Bomb is going down for Squid. It's going to be a 2v3, and Fancy Pup is now totally streaked out. He's going to get one
Here comes
here.
the Hellstorm. That's trouble.
And he's got the dart. He's going to throw his dart. It is all over. Squid gets the sweep, and let's take a look at some of these numbers. Fancy Pup, 10-2. Polino, 9-3. Just
All right, now I'll play with you, Fancy Pup. I expect 10 and 2s every game, though.
that's a privilege. As a rule, I typically don't play with people in the league because then that's all I'll ever end up doing. But that's a privilege to be invited with a game with swagger here. We'll see who has the better M8 shot between the two of you. That should be fun.
Ha.
All right. Well, Squid will take the S&D 6-0. Very strong fashion there, playing extremely well. So Squid, you know, I know they dropped their last game. I believe it was against XGN, but this looks like a different team to me. FaTaL's not a weak team. FaTaL's good. We've seen some good things out of them before. And Squid, you know, they played better technically, but they played smarter. You know, that one was just, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say. It was a great game by Squid. So, you know, I think Squid definitely has improved. They don't look like the same team they were last week, and I think it's down now. I mean, you got Squid and XGN kind of running up. My guess is one of the two of them will probably be the next runner-up for a title shot against Viral, our champs. So, good games to both teams. Definitely good there. Who's our MVP going to?
It's going to Cammy for using Thermal Dingo. That's not even a real question. I mean, I love the originality there. The only way
Thermal silent dingo
is if he used smoke.
The silent thermal
dingo.
dingo.
Yeah. Yep, that was good. That was good. No, the MVP, it's got to go to Fancy Pup. He was flying around, getting kills. You know, Paulino, I guess you give it a tie, though. Paulino was really good, too. I saw, I think 2 or 3 two-pieces from him with the M8, especially in the early rounds. Paulino was kind of the guy who set the tone early and really got, I think he got, I want to say he got 3 two-pieces in the first 4 games. That might not be right, but I think it was something like that. He really set the tone early, and then, you know, Fancy Pup was flying around kind of cleaning up some kills. So I'd say you probably give it a tie to those two guys. They both did really well. I mean, not that Metallafreak and Whopper Mage didn't, but, you know, they only combined for 8 engagements. Fancy Pup had more kills than combined engagements of Metallafreak and Whopper Mage. So I think you've got to probably give it to one of those two guys.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with either one of those. Well, good games to both teams. We will update everything on the website shortly, and we will have this uploaded for you guys. Everyone check out our website. We're going to have some new content on there, including, I'm excited about this, including the Black Pony Amateur League store. Yes, you heard me.
Oh, boy.
There is a store. You can get anything you want. They have mugs. They have mouse pads. They have t-shirts. They have hoodies. They have baby infant clothes. It's excellent. So we're going to look forward to that. We want to see everyone repping your Black Pony Amateur League gear. Make sure to take a picture and tweet us with your new gear at Black Pony Gaming. We will probably be doing some giveaways for those who.
If you do that, I'll play a game with you.
There you go. The invite is out. If you buy something from our website, we will have a link on blackponygaming.com. Take a picture in your gear and then tweet that picture at us to confirm. We will at least Swagger and probably all of us will invite you to play a game with Black Pony Gaming. So we will definitely do that. Also, don't forget that we have another matchup tomorrow. XGN will be playing a newcomer to the league, Total Chaos. XGN, probably one of the stronger top 3 teams in our league right now. So we'll look forward
Chaos
to.
Is strong, right? That's.
We have not seen them yet. We have not seen them yet. It's a strong name.
We've scouted them.
I can tell
right?
you that. We've looked them up. Yes, it's a strong name.
Yeah.
We'll give them that. We'll see whether
definitely a strong name. Yeah.
We will see if they're up to the challenge of XGN. But that will be it. This is BP Reload and BP Swagger. Make sure to check us out tomorrow at 8:30. We are going 1 hour early. We have an 8:30 cast tomorrow. You can follow us on Twitter at Black Pony Gaming. Also, you can find our website, www.blackponygaming.com. Good games to both teams, and we will see everybody tomorrow.